The next thing to do is go through each of our controls and see how the mesh distorts in areas farther away from the bones. So click into the Animate tab. We'll start with the head. Tap the A key to center, pitch that down. You can see that part of his jaw is pinching in, so we may need to do a little work on that to fix it. We'll reset that position. Do part of the neck. Let's pitch the neck down. It caves in at an area around the throat. It doesn't look very good. We'll reset that position. Let's try the shoulder. See, the shoulder is caving in parts of the rib cage, so we'll need to think of ways to correct that. Reset that one. Go to the back and pitch the back down. You'll see that the leg is caving in part of the tummy. If we try the leg, you can see where the leg is caving in parts of the rib cage too. So these are all spots that we need to correct to make the mesh look a little more solid. We'll be adding support bones and muscle bones across the whole length of the underside here to finish correcting those mesh deformations. We'll start with the head. So middle mouse click on the head. Let's head into setup mode. Use the A key to center our selection and the plus key to add another bone to the head. Go to the Bone tab, uncheck Align Z to Parent, go back to the Rest tab, type in 0 in the Z translate, so they're both of the same origin. Move it down on Y, out on Z, till it's just about where the jawline is. We'll call this bone a support bone. In this case, this will be head sup for support. So middle mouse click on the back 2, add a bone to back 2, uncheck Align Z to Parent in the Bone tab, 0 out the Z translate, we'll go down on Y, out on Z till it's about in the middle of the shoulder. We'll pitch this bone up and make sure it aims, the tip aims exactly at the base of our head support. We'll call this bone neck muscle and go to the Bone tab and activate the muscle bone option, and we'll select our head sup as the target. You'll see that it turns blue, becoming a muscle bone. So if we click into Animate and rotate the head up, you see that it corrects part of that transformation. Also keeps the jaw frozen. I'll reset that keyframe. Click into Setup. Let's work our way down the line. Middle mouse click on back 1, add a bone to back 1, uncheck Align Z to Parent, 0 out the Z translate. Go down on Y, just pitch this one down, and aim that right at the base of our neck muscle. We'll call this one chest muscle. Go to the Bone tab, activate the muscle bone option, and look for neck muscle as its target. We click into Animate, and we grab the back and move it up and down, and see that the chest now squashes and stretches. We also grab the shoulder and pitch it back and forth, and see that part of the rib cage is not caving in like it used to. And click back into Animate, and we'll see what the deformations are on the leg. Doesn't seem to be any there, so I think we've solved most of them. Let's reset those keyframes. Let's go down at the feet and take a look at the feet. Let's reset some more keyframes here. When we pitch the feet up and down, you'll see that the end is kind of squishy. It's not firm like a paw should be. So we need to correct that. Let's go back into Setup, and under the finger R, we'll just add another bone to that. Uncheck Align Z to Parent, 0 out the Z translate. We'll just pitch this one down and back. We'll call this one finger sup R, or finger support right. So we click back into Animate and move this. Now the paw is a lot more solid. Let's do the same thing for the back paw. The back paw is a little squishy around the heel part there. Let's go to Setup, add another bone, go to the Bone tab, uncheck Align Z to Parent, zero out the Z translate, and we'll pitch this bone back so it overlaps that heel section. So when we go into Animate, now the paw is a lot more solid. We'll call this bone Toe Sup R. Now support bones are never going to get animated, so once we have them set up and operational, we can just hide them. Support bones and muscle bones. So if you hold down the Control key, you can select multiple bones outside of their hierarchies. So finger sup R, head sup, and we'll just toggle all of those to N. You can also right click and red lock them. Then just click on their parent bone to collapse the hierarchy. You can also rearrange the hierarchy without upsetting it, just dragging the bones on top so the hierarchy looks a little more organized instead of bones flying out everywhere. That looks better. So let's go. So go to File. We're going to save this scene as DogSetupD.